Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Borton, and I'm going to talk to you about the wood element in Chinese philosophy. So, to understand the wood element, it's useful to know its place in the cycle of the five elements. So, before wood comes water, and water represents potential, and it's like the deep reserve energy that's hidden in the earth. And then there's wood, and then the element after it is fire, and fire is most represented by that big ball of fire in the sky that we call the sun. So the place of wood is to be rooted in that potential of the water element and to grow upward toward the fire element. It's always trying to reach the sun. And it kind of parallels humans' life journey too, how we are born into this physical body and we aspire towards something intangible. On the whole, I would say the wood element represents our relationship to plans and planning, and it has a lot of lessons to teach in that regard. So a healthy plant, when it encounters an obstacle on its way toward its goal, will find a way to grow around that obstacle. And that's not often what happens with humans when we encounter obstacles. Instead, we might get angry, which is the emotion associated with the wood element, or we might become rigid, and we might lose our perspective. So the sense organ associated with the wood element is the eyes, and this indicates the connection between planning and vision, to be able to see where we're headed and to see the big picture, to have enough perspective to understand that our obstacles aren't injustices. They actually are just trying to get us to grow along the way. So a healthy plant is flexible and retains its perspective of that big plan that it's on. It wants to get to the sun, and it's going to find a way to grow around its obstacles no matter what. And we would do well to emulate that when we encounter obstacles. And when we have the perspective to see the big picture and we don't think of our injustices, our obstacles as injustices rather, then we are able to turn anger into determination, and we're able to get back on the path. And a big part of that is not needing to be right about how things are supposed to go, or to be right about the fact that this obstacle wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't supposed to be there. There's a great book called Who Moved My Cheese, which is about how when you move a piece of cheese in a maze, a mouse that's been going toward the cheese won't find the cheese where it was thinking it was going to be, and then it'll just keep going until it finds the cheese. But when a human expects the cheese to be there and somebody moves the cheese, the human's just like, who moved my cheese? And instead of being purposeful and finding the cheese again, we get all rigid. So rigid wood becomes brittle. It's not a healthy way for a plant to be, and the same is true for humans. Having flexibility helps us along the way, and we can cultivate that by being open to new perspectives and by actually cultivating a flexible body, by twisting and moving and stretching and exercising our body on a regular basis and keeping ourselves well hydrated. I hope this was helpful. Be well.